Crunchbase! Welcome to the Millionaire Recruiter. I'm Brianna Rooney, your Millionaire Recruiter. And if you haven't seen this channel on YouTube, this is all about making you the next Millionaire Recruiter. So let's get into it. First of all, watch me every Thursday at noon. And happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I hope you are actually taking the time to think about what you're truly thankful for. And I hope it's not just today, that you take every day as a blessing. And I don't know if you know exactly where I am, but I am in Thousand Oaks, California, and we had devastation of the shootings that were just awful, and I hope that that just stops. It's not necessary, and I don't want to really go deep into it because it affects a lot of people's lives in a very negative manner, and I never like to talk like that. But it is real and it is happening and it needs to stop. And that same day we got hit with tons of fires, and lucky for us, we were only evacuated for a day and a half. We are extremely thankful for that, and we take, I think, the little things for granted. And I hope that it doesn't just take you being affected to realize that and to appreciate every single day and everyone and as a blessing. So let's get that out there, but enjoy your day. And today, what's going to be super fun is Emily Stellick. You know her, one of my Emily Stellick, one of my favorite success partners in crime. She is going to talk to you about Crunchbase. What in the world is Crunchbase? Crunchbase.com. Go ahead and check that out. She is going to go into how you can actually make money off of it. Now, they do have a pro version that she may or may not go into. It's not necessary right now for you to actually pay for it. She is going to show you some really cool hacks on how to just make money off of the free version and have fun with that.
All right. Hey guys. So we usually use LinkedIn a lot, and I've showed you a lot of tutorials on LinkedIn and what to do there. But I want to show you today another tool, a software that I use, more of a website, I guess, that I use for a lot of companies. And if I'm trying to look for a new company, or if I've gotten into a new company and I want to just see what they do a little bit more, or if I'm writing a pitch on a company, I can use this website called Crunchbase. And it's basically an online database of all things tech. So you've got companies, company information, people, investors, a lot of different things throughout all of tech, all over the world. And so I mainly use it for San Francisco, but it's open for all different sides of, across America and other countries as well. So I'm going to show you just the basics of it. There is a free version of it that I'm going to show you today. And then there's also Crunchbase Pro, which I have and I recommend you getting. But today, let's just cover the basic things that you can do if you're not ready to commit to paying for it. I think it's still really useful. So first, if you want to start, I think the companies portion is the best thing. It's what I've used Crunchbase for the most, for sure. And if let's do a basic search, want to look up a company, say I'm going to look up Waymo. I type it in and it's going to come up at the top here. And this is what a company profile is going to look like. So here's Waymo, Crunchbase will rank them. And that's a lot of different factors, but you don't really have to worry about that. But it's going to give you a really nice 1 or 2 sentence pitch here, which is just exactly what they're doing. You can tell right away they're building software, doing, like they're in the transportation space, they're part of Google Labs. It's just really to the point, basic information of what they do. These categories are really helpful. We know they're in the autonomous vehicle space, the robotics, all of this. So if someone asks you, do you have anything in the autonomous vehicle space? Super easy. You can just click on the category, and that's what they do. Tell us where they're headquartered, where they're founded, when they were founded, and what's really nice, also their IPO status, which is good to know. I think one of the nicest things here is that it also shows us their funding. And so if we scroll down You can usually find out where they've been in the news. So this one actually might not show the funding, which would be interesting. This is every news article that they've shown up in, so you can see a lot. It's November now, and you can see they've already been in there a lot. It'll link their social here. But let's find a company where it will show you funding, because I think that's going to be way more helpful. Let's go to like another autonomous vehicle company. Let's go to Cruise Automation. And it should show it. So look, acquired by General Motors. That's really good to know. They've acquired one company. And let's just see if this one shows us their funding. Okay, perfect. So right here on the right side here, total funding. And then you can usually see where they're at with what portion of, if it was Series A, if it was Series B. And for a lot of that, you'll have to look at a smaller company, but this is just a really nice profile of what a company does and what they're about and everything, just a really good overview. Another thing you can do is search people on here. So if you have a founder that either you haven't heard of them or they're really successful and you just want to know what else they've been involved in, you can type them in here. So let's just do a really obvious one. It'd be Mark Zuckerberg. So it shows up under the people. And then this is his profile on Crunchbase. It's going to show you his portfolio companies, which we can click on and find out what else he's done, a brief overview of, a bio of who he is, and other things that, go along with Mark Zuckerberg. And then here are his current jobs. So, Facebook, the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, all these different companies that he's involved with that'll tell you. And that's nice if you get into a company and you're not sure if the CTO has been part of any other company or what else they've done in their career. Obviously, LinkedIn is always a good place to start with that, but Crunchbase is going to do a little bit of a deeper dive on the companies that they've been involved with, which will help you pitch that to to a candidate. So if you're reaching out to a candidate and you say, I have this company, the CTO is from Google and whatever, it's just going to help you sell that company a little bit more. And then again, over to your tabs here, investors. You can see these are some popular VC companies that invest in tech in the Bay Area. So if you click on, let's go to Y Combinator, it's going to tell us what they're up to, who they're investing in. Again, a company overview of the people that are involved in their company. And then this is really nice. This is telling us all the companies that they've invested in. And so that can be helpful for, say I work with PlanGrid and I want to get into Dropbox. If I say I've worked with other Y Combinator investors, like a Dropbox, they're going to put that together like, oh, okay, she knows our portfolio. She knows a little bit about our funding, our background, things like that. It just makes you look like you're more in the know with that. So these are all a really good resource to see. And if they can work with recruiters, a lot of investors will say if they can or cannot work with recruiters and what the budget is. So you can assume if one of your companies that's, funded by Y Combinator works with recruiters, maybe another one would as well. So just connecting those dots is easier to do with this. And then these other ones are not as important, but funding rounds. I'll just tell you recent things that are coming up. So that's always good to know who's getting funding. Same with acquisitions. This isn't super up to date, but you can see it was, like 2 weeks ago updated. You can still just do a company search and see if they have any acquisitions. Schools, these are all going to be schools that are doing something big in tech. So let's just click on MIT, and so they've had some recent investments and they specialize in things like artificial intelligence and so on. So they've got some cool projects going, but you're not going to use that one too much. Same with events, it'll say things in tech like TechCrunch, Disrupt in Berlin, and anything that's going on with tech, that's you can check it. You're probably not going to use that tab very often. But I do want to go back to companies and just show you how you can kind of go down a wormhole and use it to make you money. So I want to use Waymo as an example again, since the autonomous vehicle space is so hot right now. Let's say I have someone who's interviewing at Waymo and they want to talk to other autonomous vehicle companies, I can click on these categories, which are really useful. So I'm going to go autonomous vehicle. And I also want, let's see if it'll let me do this. I want them to be in San Francisco. So basic info, headquarter location. I'm going to do San Francisco. There we go. And let's search that. And here we go. We've got a few that pop up over here, 5. No, this isn't the complete list. And so if I wanted that, I would have to buy the Crunchbase Pro, which again, I recommend you doing, but you don't have to get it. And I wonder how many more. Okay, so I can't do any more filters. You can do up to 2 on the free version of Crunchbase, but if I wanted to add a bunch more, like I've gone really crazy on this and done, like a Series A company in the autonomous vehicle space in San Francisco with less than 50 people, and you can get a really, really niche company list going for someone who tells you, I want a small team that just started in this kind of space. So that's a nice thing to have. This is going to be a little more broad, and that's okay too. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other companies that I can go and reach out to for my candidate. And I can see here they're in the Bay Area. They're doing AI and autonomous vehicle things. So that's probably the easiest thing to do if you need to find a new company. And so that's going to be the best thing to do. I use this mainly for companies. You're rarely going to find a candidate on Crunchbase unless you're searching people for maybe an executive search or a CTO, but the majority of your time on Crunchbase will be for companies, and this is a really helpful tool. So let me know if you have any questions on this, or if you want to learn a little bit more about one of the categories, just let me know. You can comment below. Thanks, guys. See you later.
All right. Did you guys have so much fun with Emily? I'm sure she taught you so many things. She's amazing. I want to know all about her. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell me what a great job she's doing, and this will help you out for sure. Even if you're not a recruiter right now, this is all the tools that you are going to be acquiring and learning, and so it's just great to kind of ease into it if that's the kind of person you are, or just jump, because that's the kind of person I am. All right, well anyways, enjoy your guys' great day, and remember that money is just a vessel that is going to take you to where you want to go and do the things you want to do. Enjoy, have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you next week at noon.